Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Quadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the 144,000, the rest of the elect. I'm the brother YASHAMIAHLA, back another quick lesson, Lord willing, it's edifying. And so, yeah, here's the video. You know, I'm not going to play it, but it's real. It's not clickbait. Broken OF girl says it's okay to have S3X with your father. All right, this lady here, I forget what her name is, but she's also a YouTube, content creator, if you will, or some type of social media influencer, right? And, one thing I want to say about these little matchup videos, and I don't know exactly what to call this, but they do these streams where these different YouTube content creator, these men, they basically like interview these women. They asking them questions, they getting into their mind and really exposing them, because this woman has dealt with many men in the past. I mean, I don't know. She didn't give a number. She didn't say her body count expressly, but she's dealt with men in the past, and how many of those men actually knew this about her? How many of them were actually able to get inside of her mind and get her to actually confess that she doesn't think there's nothing morally wrong with having S3X with her own father? So this is a good thing. The Lord is allowing this type of content, which they call, red pill content on YouTube. The Lord is allowing this type of content to go out because you never know what type of woman you're dealing with, man. And, I want to revert back to a point that I made in one of my previous videos about you have to vet a woman, but it's not, you got to know how to vet her too, because like I said, she's putting this out on public, in a video for the whole world to see, on social media. But how many men actually knew this that have already dealt with her? How many men actually knew that that was her standpoint and how low her morals actually are? And guess what? You think she's the only woman that thinks like that? Nah, man. All right, King Solomon, he said he hasn't found one righteous woman amongst 1,000. And matter of fact, Lord willing, I'll probably get it, dealing with her mind being, her heart, which is her mind, being snares and nets. But the scriptures has plenty to say about the wickedness of women. And this is just another example, so you can see, once again, you may vet a woman, but did you ask her that? Do you know how she morally feels, or what's her moral standpoint on incest, on cheating, which is adultery, by the way? There's really, the word cheating is not in the Bible. Even when a man so-called cheats on a woman, he just exercising an option that he has. That's not, there's no cheating in the Bible. There's no sin of cheating. There's no sin of a man having too many women or more than one woman. Polygamy is part of the scriptures. The Heavenly Father, he allows men to have multiple wives. It's in the law, all right, of the Holy Bible. But for women, cheating, that's what I meant, which is really adultery, and that's a sin worthy of death. So really, a woman, she's never supposed to step out on her man, so to speak. Meaning, if she is already dealing with a man sexually or intimately, in a relationship, and they've already had sexual intercourse, technically they married. All right, that's marriage according to the Bible. The word marriage just means to be joined together. So how do you ultimately consummate marriage? Yeah, you can, you have betrothal. That's something that goes back to the ancient world, in which we used to practice. Is not really practiced no more, especially in America, Babylon the Great. But you would betroth your daughter, to another man. But then eventually, what makes it official? The part when they have sex, that's when they become man and wife. So you got these women out here, obviously they got multiple husbands, they've been ran through. And like I said, this is a scary world, because you could be dealing with a chick like that and you wouldn't even know that that's how low her moral is, and that's how evil she really is. And she may have been able to hide it, or maybe you just never asked the right questions, or really vetted her properly. So it's just really like a warning, man. You got actual women walking around out here that they think like this. So this is not really the time to be seeking for marriage, and because that you may end up with a chick like this. You think she's a decent woman, she may be feminine, but deep down in her mind, again, her heart is nothing but wickedness, man. And really there's no what is it, these women don't have no discretion. They'll go very far with their wickedness. Matter of fact, let's get some scriptures, but let me show you something real quick. So look at the transcript, because I'm not going to play the video, but just so you know, I'm not just making this shit up. It says, fantastic, okay? Is it morally wrong at this stage for you to have intercourse with your father? And then she asks a question, because I already watched it, so there should be a period there, and then a question mark further up, which says, without any chance of procreation? That's what she asked. And he said, correct. She said, so morally, no. So if she basically believes that without any chance of the father and the daughter having a child, procreation, to conceive a child, that there's nothing morally wrong with it. So let's say if the man wears a condom, that's a form of birth control. Let's say if the daughter's on birth control, or let's say her body is just ruined because of all these GMOs that we gotta deal with. You got a lot of women that's infertile out here. They can't have babies no matter if you put semen inside of them. So what about that? So then it's morally okay? This is wow, bro. I had to do a video on this because, like I said, I seen this woman. She's like a YouTube, or she's like some type of content creator too. And she's all over the place. You always seeing her. I don't know her name. I didn't look into her. I don't know nothing about her. But all I know is that she's a fairly attractive woman, right? And I'm pretty sure she's had previous relationships with various men. And I'm almost certain that none of those men knew this, all right? That what this guy, Marquette, is exposing, So this is a good channel. This dude, he's really good at what he does. And like I said, I like watching this content because you always learn something new about the wickedness of these women and how they think. So that's really all that's going on is men that are intelligent men. They strategically pick open the woman's brain right on social media, right on live TV, so to speak, for the whole world to see. So this way us men, we could be better equipped, so to speak, with the vetting process, or getting into their mind. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure she's never really expressed that to probably nobody, until this show. So like I said, let me get some scriptures, and it's just going to be quick. I'll put the link to the video. I'll probably post it on the comment board, because a lot of people don't check the description. A lot of the times they just go straight to the comment board. So Lord willing, I'll put the video link in the comment board. I definitely suggest you brothers watch that and watch this guy's channel in general. All right, so this is Sirach 25 and 19. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So the Lord only give women like that, because that's a sin, all right? Incest is a sin. There's laws in the Bible, all right? Matter of fact, let's just get it, all right? Make it, more edifying, Lord willing, all right? Because it's a law in the Bible. It's a sin. I shouldn't even have to read this. I shouldn't even have to have said that. But, for edification's sake and for the truth's sake, of course, the righteousness of Yahweh by Yahushua forbids incest. But we all know that. The reason why I say I shouldn't even have to say that is because really, inherently, We all know that, though. That's the thing. That's why it says all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, because that's something that we all know. You see, that's something that's just like, once you hear that word, you will get repulsed. You know, you discuss it. You don't get aroused, man. So if somebody is getting aroused by that, that's serious demons, man. That's serious wickedness, bro. Or somebody admitting out their mouth that they don't believe that it's morally wrong to do something like that. But it's in the laws of the Bible, but it's just something that's natural. Like, you just shouldn't even feel that way. Once you hear that question, the automatic swift answer should be no. That's not morally okay. It's never morally okay under any circumstance. All right. But yes, it is in the Bible. So we're going to read it, right? This is Leviticus Leviticus chapter 18 and 6. I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. That's when you uncover somebody's nakedness, it basically means what? You're getting ready to have sex with them. All right. That's why you would uncover somebody's nakedness. That's what it represents, right? It says, and just seeing, you know, when you have your secret parts, you know, that there's laws in the Bible. You can't just walk around butt naked, you know. You can't do that. It's in general, you know, that we're humans. We're not animals. We're not covered with fur. You know, we're not just bound to five senses. You know, we have a conscience, and our conscience would tell us to put clothes on, right? It's an embarrassing, shameful thing to walk around naked, because that's basically only, you know, for your partner to see, your wife or your husband, you know, if you're a woman. It says, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, which is basically your brothers or your sisters, your direct relatives. I am the Lord. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. So that's your father's property. Reuben did that. You know, Reuben had sex with his father Jacob's concubine, which was totally off. That's a sin. Now, in that case specifically, right? It is incest by the definition of the word, but it's not like somebody that's kin to you as far as your same family, you know. But through marriage, that's your father's wife. So not only is that a sin to sleep with your father's wife, which, you know, outside of your mother, because your father has multiple wives. It's not only a sin just for that, it's also adultery. You know, so that's adultery, and then that's incest too. All right, so it says the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, the daughter of thy mother, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, that's your grandchildren, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. So Esau already did all the you know, the research, or not research, but the I don't know, I guess you could say the science behind it, you know. And he discovered that, you know, if a sister and a brother was to procreate, the baby would come out with autisms and, you know, with Down syndrome. Basically, it'll jack their DNA up, because the DNA between the brother and the sister is too close, it's too similar, being that it's coming from the same seed, all right, which is of their father. So the scriptures already tells you not to do these things, man. But again, a lot of people don't even know, you know, they wouldn't know if you ask them, well, where does it say in the Bible you can't eat pork? They wouldn't know, but they still might know that it's wrong. You ask them, where is adultery in the Bible? Oh, I don't know, but you know that it's wrong, right? You just inherently know that, you know. So a lot of people wouldn't even really know that incest laws, you know, there's laws in the Bible that bans incest, that's against incest, but they still just would know that it's wrong. They still just wouldn't do it, right? So, I mean, like I said, let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. What I just read in Sirach 26 and 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. It's like, bro, these women could take things to the next level. You know, their mind, I'm going to just get it because I quoted it and I said I would get it, Lord willing. So it is the Lord's will. Ecclesiastes 9 and, wait, excuse me. Let me just do it like this. 7. It's Ecclesiastes 7, excuse me. 7 and 25. It says, I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things and to know the wickedness of folly. Excuse me. And to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. So that's kind of like what these guys be doing. The Fresh and Fits, you know, these different YouTube, Red Pill, YouTube content creators. That's kind of like what they're doing. You know, they're actually, they're searching it out. You know, they're searching out women. They want to know the folly and the madness that's in the mind of these women, because they know, based on experience, as we all should, most of us should, you know, these women are wicked, man. These women are extremely wicked, and the Bible tells you. It's not like it's something that I'm saying. It's not something that I'm making up because I'm scorned and I hate women. I'm a misogynist. You know, that's a card that they play all the time on these different YouTube channels. Whenever they're getting exposed, that you hate women. You're a misogynist. You got so much hatred in your heart. Why do you hate me? Because you evil. Because look at the shit you saying out of your mouth. Look at what's inside of your mind that we would have never knew if it wasn't for these. Well, we would have knew. Let me not say we would have never knew, but, you know, it's basically giving it more exposure, you know. That's what this content on YouTube is doing. It's giving it more exposure, which things we already knew, but maybe other men may have not known, all right? And I find more bitter than death the woman. So he said that like basically having to survive with a woman is more bitter than death. And not just any woman, obviously a wicked woman. You know, you rather die. All right, you'll have more peace just being sent back to the spirit world than having to deal on the planet Earth and live with a wicked woman. The scriptures tell you that too. Sirach said, you know, he would rather have dwelled with a lion and a dragon than to live in a house with a wicked, evil woman. So, you know, the Bible has nothing really nice to say about you women, man. And that's why it's important for you to shut the fuck up, stay quiet, all right? Submit to your man and follow what he says, because he's not going to tell you to do something evil and wicked like your mind would, or basically with Satan, you know, because that's really what it is. You're the weaker vessel, and just like with Eve, you can't say no to Satan. You know, that sounds like a topic, you know. Women can't say no to Satan. So that's why you need a man to basically guide you, because the man is going to instill the righteous moral within you, and he's not going to allow you to do what you want to do. You know, your evil wickedness that's in your mind. You see, it's more bitter than death. So I'd rather die. Whose heart is snares and nets. The word heart in the Hebrew is lab. All right, which means your mind. So in her mind, the contents of her mind is all about entrapping you as a man, you know, breaking you down. How they call it? Well, you know, they got different phrases, but they'll say like, you know, this girl has this guy's balls in her pocketbook. You know, something like that. They want to entrap you. They want to possess you, which is really going off, because you're the possession, all right? The woman is a possession. The man is not created for the woman. The woman was created for the man. So really, there is no, oh, he belongs to me or any of that. You know, you belong to the man, and the man belongs to Yahweh Shai. That's the order. It says, in her hands as bands, whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So yeah, you may dealt with we've all dealt with evil women, but guess what? Eventually we escape from her, because we pleasing the Lord. All right, the only ones that's meant, or like, you know, you could use the word destiny or fate. The only ones that's destined to be with these type of women is sinners. All right, men that's not, you know, following the Lord's statutes and commandments. They wicked themselves. The dude may say, oh yeah, that ain't nothing wrong with that, and agree with a bitch like this. Well, guess what? That's a match made in hell, and that's what the Lord ordains. All right, but for a righteous man that's applying wisdom, like I did in my last lesson, like I, you know, expressed in one of my previous lessons, if you're using the wisdom of the scriptures, this wicked, evil woman wouldn't be allowed to be around you, because you're going to be applying righteousness, and therefore it's going to repel her away. You see, naturally, if you're just applying what the scriptures say, how to deal with women in general, all right, you're not going to get caught up in a situation like this. You basically would escape a situation like that, where you actually living with a woman like this, and, you know, y'all been together for X amount of years, and you didn't know this whole time that this is how she thinks. All right, no. If you righteous, if you one of the Lord's elect men, the Lord wouldn't allow you to do that, because you're going to vet her. You're going to see through her, because you have the wisdom. You see, you're going to be applying the wisdom, so it's not going to work. The relationship eventually is not going to work out, and she will either leave, or she may commit adultery on you, and you got to put her away. All right, or you may put her away because she's being a straight demon, you know? So that's really the point. Now, let me get one last scripture here. This is Proverbs 25 and 24. And this is the sentiment of a lot of brothers, and this is why here at Great Millstone, you know, the leadership, beginning with the apostles, we tell you, try not to live with a woman if you can, if, you know, I mean, it's not even a if you can, because it's your choice at the end of the day. But only if you know that this woman is a good woman, so to speak. But even then, you should just consider just living by yourself if you can, you know. But, you know, especially here in New York, man, especially in the city of New York, it's pretty hard, you know. So, but the point being is that we tell you that because you don't want to be too close to the enemy like that, unless your woman know the truth, and, you know, but even then she could still turn on you, you know, at any point. But that's way too close, you know, to the enemy, sharing a bed with the enemy. All right, but again, if you got a good woman, then hey, you got to make it work. Right, but Proverbs 25 and 24 says it is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. Right, it is better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. So, you know, these women, they get on this YouTube, you know, they going back and forth. That's squabbling. They're debating. Imagine living with a woman like that. Nah, don't imagine it. It just said it would be better to just live in the attic, all right, of the house. It'll be better to be in the basement and just get you a little man cave, you know, the male living space, you know, than to be in a house with a woman who doesn't stop talking. You know, she's arguing with you all the time. Everything is combative and argumentative, you know, disagreeable. These are all disgusting qualities and traits of evil, wicked women that really you should just stay far away from, you know. So I hope, you know, this lesson could shine light in, you know what I'm saying? You see, we not just misogyny. We just don't hate women just to hate them. I mean, we hate these type of women, you know, and a lot of women have this in them, but they just never would talk about it unless you ask them. But who's really asking that? Because generally speaking, we all know that, you know, that's immoral. So it wouldn't even really come across you to, let me find out if she believes it's immoral as well. Because naturally, we all should just know that that's immoral. But there you have it, you know. So brothers, check the video out and check this dude's channel out. Like I say, he does a lot of good content. And he's an intelligent, you know, Jake. So with that, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.